Hello there. So I wanted to show you guys a new foundation I just picked up. It's not necessarily new, it's just something I haven't tried yet. So it's that Hard Candy Glamoflauge. I don't know if you guys have seen this. You can pick it up in Walmart. And yes, I do look extremely rough. I did some extractions on my face this morning and I plucked my eyebrows. So a little red, a little irritated, but it's all good. But I wanted to try this, and before I put it on, just to give it a fair shot, I'm going to use the Stila One Step Prime that I picked up from an Ulta haul a few weeks ago. I have used this like once or twice, so I'm just gonna pop that on my skin really quick. I did moisturize earlier.
So I'm just gonna put the primer on my face, mostly concentrating in the T-zone. Just trying to fill those pores and just staying right around the forehead and right in the T-zone with this. I really like this primer. It dries sticky, so the foundation tends to adhere a little bit better on it. So I'm going in with the Glamoflauge foundation that I am reviewing in this video. It has more of a thick consistency. I do like the fact that whenever I put it on my face, right away I can tell that it is a good coverage. It's not really heavy. I am using a Real Techniques brush, by the way, to put this on my face. Still perfecting the art of putting foundation on with the brush, but overall I really like this brush. So just working that into the face. It does oxidize slightly, which is nice because the color did look a little light, so it did end up kind of matching my face a little. I was telling you guys there that the lighting is not great. Taking my beauty blender now, just kind of patting it around, getting that color in, and then picking up any excess makeup so it doesn't look cakey. And really this doesn't look cakey. So far I really like it. I did put on just a little bit more in the areas that needed a little more coverage. So just doing that, I popped a little bit more on my eyelids just to prep for eyeshadow. So just blending that in, trying to make it look really nice. And in just a second, I will go in with a kit that I picked up from Ulta. Just checking it out, making sure it looks good up close. And it does look nice. It is a matte finish, so it does look less glowy than some of the other foundations that I've used. So again, going in with this kit that I got from Ulta, it's the Just Face It kit that I picked up recently. I will say the quality of their products has gotten a lot better. I was able to use the contour color in here. It was a matte finish, and it looks really nice on the skin. It was good pigment. It wasn't as dark as the Hoola bronzer that I typically use, but it looked really nice, and the contour ended up looking like it would if I would have used the Hoola. So Ulta's kits have come a long way. I know a couple years ago I had one that just didn't have a lot of color payoff, but I mean, they're usually pretty cheap. I'm going in with the blush now. This is the peach colored blush. Again, good color payoff. The color's nice. I do pop a little bit in the middle of my forehead to pull all of the look together. And then going in with a Real Techniques brush to do my highlight. Again, was impressed with the highlight in this kit, and I think I only spent like 10 bucks on this kit, so it's worth the money. Go get it. So we're getting that highlight in. Now I'm gonna go in on the eyes. Well, in just a second I will. Just putting on some concealer here. Felt like my eyes needed to be a little bit brighter. A little tired today, so I'll waken myself up with that. That was the NYX Studio concealer that I was using there. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm picking up kind of a transition shade to pop on the lids. You can see the color payoff's pretty nice there. And it doesn't have a lot of fallout, which is also nice. You don't want fallout all over your fresh makeup that you just put on. So I'm gonna go in the crease with a matte brown color and just kind of work that in. Just going for kind of a more natural look on the eyes today, so it's not too dramatic. So then I'm going to go under the brows with a shimmer shade in just a minute. I ended up using the highlighter because there wasn't a proper shimmer shade in the eyeshadows, but it worked pretty well. Sorry, my camera was not wanting to focus today. So next I was putting on this Stila lip color. I really liked the purple color, but it ended up being a lot darker than I anticipated. And that's the beauty of these matte colors. Always get a shade lighter than what you think because they end up drying down a little bit darker. So to alleviate that, I put some highlighter from the kit just in the middle of my lip to lighten the color up a little bit. Also creates a really beautiful ombre effect if you are going for that type of look on your eyes, or on your lips, excuse me. So the color, I didn't mind the color at all, didn't look that bad. So now I'm going in with that Tarte Man-Eater mascara. I love it. It makes my lashes look super long and they don't look clumpy. I get asked all the time if my eyelashes are fake. They're not. I use Babe Lash Serum, which I just showed you. And it does take a couple months, but your lashes will look long and full, and people will probably start asking you if you have extensions or if they are fake. So you can get that from Amazon, by the way. So now I'm going to go in with my Smashbox eyeliner. It's a gel liner that I got in my Ipsy bag. I'm really enjoying it. I'll probably pick up the full size soon. So simple eyes, deep lips, overall.
This 2-day-old hair look fresh again. So I will tell you, I did use a in-shower styler by Perfect Hair Day, and I did like kind of just a natural beachy wave look. I didn't use any like heat styling tools on my hair, and this is after 2 days. You can tell it's starting to look a little bit dirty. So I'm going to show you guys how to freshen that up and make it look like you meant for it to look like this. So I'm going to use this Indie Hair Dry Shampoo. I have been digging this. It smells really good. And I'm honestly I have too many dry shampoos, so I'm trying to use up the ones that I buy. I know I look a little goth, but I actually don't mind this lip color. I did a simpler eye just to kind of make it not look so crazy. Okay, so I did the dry shampoo. Once you spray it in, you just gotta kind of work it into your hair. I'm actually not going to brush it because I have sea salt in my hair and a couple other products. If I brush it, it will make it very frizzy and it won't look good. So I just plugged in my curling wand. This is just a bedhead one. I do have a longe one coming that I'm really excited to try because it's a little bit bigger and it's more for like thicker volume type curls. But I'm just going to show you guys how to make this look good and look like you meant for your hair to look like this and kind of freshen it up a little bit. So that being said, sorry, it's like stuff behind everything over here that I'm working with. So what I do is really I try to section it off and just put curls throughout, but I want this to intentionally look a little bit messy, so I'm not going to try to make it look perfect. I'm just going to put like half of my hair out so you can see what I'm doing. And this shouldn't take very long. So like I said, I'm not brushing it and I don't want it to look perfect, so I'm just going to wrap it around a little bit here and just for like a second or two, because we're just randomly putting some curls in throughout just to kind of freshen the look up. And you can see I'm only doing like the middle, so I'm not doing at the top and I'm not doing like all the way down to make it like a perfect ringlet. I'm just kind of randomly adding in a little bit of like volume, and I'm not keeping it in for very long. And the sea salt helps. You can see like I have never curled this piece of hair and it's just wavy, so I'm just going to kind of help it out a little bit. And then I'll move on to the other side. So you can see I'm not spending a whole lot of time on this. I think it's been 2 minutes since I started working on my hair. So I'm going to go to the other side. Same thing, don't brush it out. Just a little bit in the middle here. You guys like my Harvard shirt? I never went to Harvard, but my biostatistics class was a Harvard course and it was freaking so hard. So I feel like I have a little bit of a claim to Harvard, so I can wear this shirt. But I just always pick one up when I go to Boston. We go to that office occasionally to do training and bring clients in to see our call center. So, okay, so you see how that just looks kind of, it's messy, but it looks semi-intentional. So I'm going to throw a few of these in the back real quick. And do not brush, don't mess with it too much, you'll make it really frizzy. Sea salts tend to get really frizzy in the hair if you mess with your hair too much, so you don't really want to, you know, brush it out or like pick at it too much, or it will look extremely frizzy. So that is done. It's just a quick little thing. I'm just gonna let the rest of my hair down and just kind of do the same thing, just randomly pop in some curls throughout. So, okay, here we go. So again, you see, I'm just doing like halfway down, not doing the ends, just for a second. I'm really just picking up the pieces that are a little straighter than the others. And it is slightly tangly, and that's okay. I just kind of work it out with my fingers. And then add in a few more pieces. out. Well, if you have knots, then I think it's fine to kind of brush those out, but I think they add character to your hair. Okay, so I do have a couple knots. You see how loose those are? I mean, like, it'll look kind of like you did it, but you didn't do it, and people will wonder if it's natural or not. And obviously it's not natural, but I don't know that. And with the sea salt in there, curls tend to stay a little bit better, so if you have a hard time with keeping curl in your hair, this might help you a little. So yeah. And you can tell I'm just randomly picking up pieces. They don't have to be perfect. You can do big pieces, you can do little pieces, you know, kind of like whatever you feel like doing. So I'm just going to do a couple more pieces where I notice it's real straight. And again, this is after 2 days, so my hair is dirty and a little wild looking, but that's kind of the look I'm going for. Wild and free. Free and wild. I'm knocking stuff over on my counter. I probably need to do a counter cleanup. Does anybody have to randomly do that sometimes? I have so much product, my husband's probably like super overwhelmed, but he doesn't complain. He just works around it. Thank you, husband, I love you. Over here. And the nice thing about the sea salt is it kind of makes your hair like section itself off in like little pods, and I love that because when I used to live at the beach, my hair, I didn't have to do too much to it because I would just let it air dry and it would kind of curl up in these little pods, kind of like what we're intentionally doing right now is creating those little pods. But that's one thing I miss about living at the beach and living in the salt air is not having to do so much with my hair. I just could take a shower, pretty much go outside, let it air dry and go, and it looked good. And it looked really good when I got out of this ocean when I was surfing. I used to surf, guys. I still surf occasionally, but I don't get the opportunity as much now that I'm a mom, but Cameron's learning, so we did spend some time in the ocean together this summer. It was nice. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple more pieces back here. And again, I mean, if you want it to look more uniform, you can do more. I'm not going to because I pretty much camouflages the pieces that aren't so pretty. And I'm not spending a whole lot of time on it. So, spend as much or as little time as you want, but this is just a way to kind of make it look like you tried, but then again, it looks sort of like it's natural too, so people will be like, is that her hair, or did she fix that underneath? Okay, so that's all I'm going to do, and you can see it's 2-day hair, obviously, and you can kind of pull your fingers through it to kind of make the more uniform curls look less uniform. But this is, I needed to run out today and I didn't want to look like a total hot mess, but it just kind of helped my hair, and I can work out some of the dry shampoo too, just to give it some body and volume. So that's just a quick way to fix it if it's like 2 days old, your hair has a little bit of natural wave in it, but you don't want it to look like you didn't try. And again, like I said, if you wanted to, you could then take a spray-in leave-in conditioner just to kind of help with frizz. I do that a lot usually, and just kind of spray it throughout. And I know some people, you probably won't be able to do this, but since it has that sea salt, it'll hold the curl. It will fall out a little bit, but it'll still look nice if you need to run out. And my hair is not greasy, I just have really bad roots, and I need to go get some more highlights. So this is just a quick way that took me exactly 8 minutes to do. It probably would have taken less if I didn't have to talk about it. But overall, that's what that looks like. If you have any questions about the products I use, I'll try to link them down below. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. All right, thanks guys.